Hi and hello. This is Anil from India. I'm glad to be part of the CFT diploma program. Nice to be connected with all of you. I'm representing here as the Group A team lead, and in our team we are 7 members. One person from Yemen, he could not connect because of the internet connectivity problems in his country, and rest 5 members are able to present today. And the topic has been given to us as tourism in accordance with the Paris Accord. In this debate, we have taken 2 approaches. In the first approach, we wanted to give how the global tourism industry is striving hard to live up to that expectation. And in another approach, we have tried how the countries like India and Indonesia are struggling hard or successfully able to address some of the issues or the concerns where the Paris Accord has to be lived up to. And here I invite my friend from Sri Lanka to present his approach.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Madhura Tiwanka, joining from Sri Lanka. I stand here today to argue in favor of the statement that tourism is in line with Paris Accord. The Paris Accord, also known as the Paris Agreement, aims to combat climate change by limiting global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level, as you already know. Tourism, when practiced responsibly and sustainably, can be aligned with goals of this landmark agreement. Firstly, sustained tourism practices are on the rise. Many destinations around the world are increasingly adopting eco-friendly measures to minimize the environmental impact of tourism. The measures include promoting ecotourism, investing in renewable energy, and implementing responsible waste management. All of these actions contributed to reducing carbon emission and in turn align with the Paris Accord objectives. Secondly, the Paris Accord recognized the importance of protecting natural cultural heritage. Tourism often plays a significant critical role in preserving these heritages. So for instance, entrance fees to many natural reserves or historical sites reinvested into their conservation and protection. Moreover, tourists visiting these destinations often develop a deep appreciation for the need for preserve these unique places. In my support argument, finally, tourism can be the vehicle for raising climate awareness. Travelers who witness the impact of climate change in the destination they visit return home as ambassadors for the environment. Well, hear me who as an ambassador as well. We share our experiences, or the tourists share their experiences and advocate for climate action, thereby supporting the global effort outlined in the Paris Accord. Thank you very much.
Ali and hello everyone. My name is Ivory from Palau. I'm part of Group A of the CFT diploma course in 2023. So we're arguing that tourism is aligned with the Paris Agreement. So let me tell you 3 reasons why. So the first is that the tourism industry recently launched the Glasgow Declaration at COP26 in 2021. It's essentially our industry's commitment to achieve net zero by 2050. So some of the tenets of this declaration is that we have to submit a climate action plan within the first year of signing it. And then you have to create a pathway to decarbonize your operations and have those emissions by 2030, going net zero by 2050. Over 500 companies and government agencies have signed on to this declaration, and hopefully a growing number more. So that's one example. Another example I wanted to share is the Fly Net Zero initiative. So that's the airlines industry's commitment to achieve net zero by 2050. Airlines are a very important part of the tourism value chain. Why? Because they actually contribute almost 50% of the global travel emissions. And so having them make this commitment and try to transition to sustainable aviation fuels, invest in carbon offset projects around the world, these are things that they can do to achieve net zero by 2050. So huge commitment, and we can see support from that across all the largest airlines in the world. And so the third example of how I believe the tourism is aligned with the Paris Agreement is we see examples from leading tour operators, travel agents, and online booking platforms like Booking.com and Google Flights that are increasing the transparency around the sustainable travel choices consumer makes and also the carbon footprint of trips. So this transparency, they are doing this in order to educate customers, travelers on their footprint in the world. And so they can be more mindful as they book their trips. So I think these three examples really showcase how the tourism industry is aligned with the Paris Agreement. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So my name is Ana Agung Eka Putri Dewi. I'm joining here from Lombok, Indonesia. So the topics now we have is tourism is aligned with Paris Accord. So we prove that tourism is aligned with Paris Accord. So we understand its climate is very important. And now in Indonesia, that our governments, our Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economic as well, they as well doing and supporting by developing and implementing sustainable tourism. And they have some action taken by the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economic. The development and implementation of sustainable tourism in Indonesia is an important step in efforts to revive the tourism sector and the creative economic at large. And from the screens, everybody can see that here I live in Gili Islands. Gili Islands is a three small islands, belongs to Lombok. Lombok is a neighbor of Bali, and we are in Indonesia. So action taken in Indonesia, especially in Gili Islands, Gili Trawangan, Gili Meno, and Gili Air, we do a sustainable projects, conservation activities to support the tourism. The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Creative, they have like a focus for the 4 pillar. They have some movements programs such as We Start Now, it's for domestic, and Every Step Matter for the foreign. The launch of the We Start Now movement is a proof of the contribution of the Ministry of the Tourism and Economic Creative to reducing emission in the world by 2030. And the issue of climate change, in the tourism sector in accordance with the provision of the Paris Agreement in 2015. And also regarding We Start Now movements can initiate all level of society to care more about the tourist destination while working together to combat the issue of extreme climate change in the tourism sector. So that's the movements that the government and everybody do, and as well for the actions of the Every Step Matters, we ask all of the tourists to care with the environment, especially the tourists who come to Gili Island. So this program is very important to support about the climate change and then align with this Paris Accord. Also, there is one movement, it's called Climate Village Program. And here, from the pictures that we have, you can see that's a Gili Meno, saltwater lake, and mangrove forest. It's a unique natural landmark on Gili Meno. And this is the only lake amongst the 3 islands and also in Lombok. And now we have to keep doing conservations to keep it well, otherwise it will destroy the environment. Also, Gili Eco Trust in Gili Trawangan and the community to work together with the governments, with the local community, local people, and also with the expatriates who live in Gili. we do a coral conservation. With this coral conservation, this is related to the, biodiversity. So this is very important as well, that we keep the corals keep well for the corals. And as well, in Gili Air, the community, they do like a Trash Hero, which is, this is a sustainable project. They create long-term programs that help communities to reduce and better manage existing waste and strategies that will prevent future waste. So this is very important. This is some of the activities taken for especially in Gili Islands. So the Gili Islands, we now safe from destructive things like fishing methods such as dynamite, cyanide, fishing, and everything that and many threats that affect our beautiful marine ecosystem. So everybody, they work together, they collaborate, and then to make the islands is in well condition, in a good conditions, especially for the sustainability of the environmental. So I think that's all from me, my presentation about tourism aligned. And as well in Gili, if you search, if maybe you never been here, but here in the Tree Gili, we try to reduce the carbons, and then there is no motor cycle, no, only walk, and then only using horse cart, and then bicycle. So that's a very good for the environment as well. Okay, and some other activity as well taken, like save the turtles and doing a turtles conservation in Gili Island. So that's all. Hopefully, let's start a small action to make the words better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Enrique from Timor-Leste. I'm part of this course. I'm a member of this course, but I am so sorry and apologize for our organizer because I limited time to participate from the initial of the course. Timor-Leste ratified Paris Agreement in 2017, and some before and after ratify Paris Agreement. Climate change issues in my country is a hot issue because you know that the Timor-Leste is a part of less developing countries and small island state. It is a strong voice for sea level rise. If we talk about the Paris Agreement, we strong implement in my country, like NAPA, National Adaptation Plan. We have 33 program and 7 priorities of program, because if you talk about the National Adaptation Plan, it is a cross-cutting sectoral about waste, about economic blue economy, sorry, about transportation. It is part of the Paris Agreement, about mitigation, about adaptation, about the climate tourism in my country, especially in my country. It is a good way to protect or some promotion in my country. Why? Because the aspect of tourism is very important for Timor-Leste connect with blue economy. Why? Because the blue economy is very important to increase our environment, to increase our economy in my country. It is a connection connected with energy renewable. It is connected with carbon neutrality. I think it is my regarding my about the climate change tourism in my country. Very excited, very appreciated to participate in this climate. Regarding my people or my condition in my country, it's very support for some tourism when you visit in my country. Thank you.
Namaste. I am here to share the India tourism status on Paris 1.5 agreement. After signing COP21 Paris Agreement, India vehemently started working in this direction. And very recently, the Climate Vulnerability Forum indicates India is among those 4 nations which have successfully achieved the targets mentioned in the Paris Agreement, along the side of UK, Indonesia, and Switzerland. After that, in Glasgow Convention, India even promised that it wants to be a global leader in the solar energy promotion with a target of 500 gigawatt power generation through solar. It is almost reaching to those deadlines in a very short time. After the Glasgow Convention, India even launched Central Nodal Agency for Sustainable Tourism, wherein the initiatives are taken up in terms of promoting climate-friendly travel. Some of the current initiatives are creating awareness among the people on the practices which are climate-friendly. It even started creating the Sustainable Tourism Accreditation Program, where the hotels or even the tour operators can get the certification by following the guidelines provided by the Ministry of Tourism. It even started working in the direction of creating an awareness campaign by conducting regular regional as well as the state-oriented training programs for the capacity building of the tour operators as well as the hoteliers. Recently, if you see, India even started promoting a global agenda of promoting Mission Life, lifestyle for environment along with the UN, wherein they are trying to promote the environment-friendly behavior or pro-climate behavior, pro-environment behaviors across the globe. Some of these initiatives are invited in the form of ideas from the communities, and a few of our initiatives are also noted by that. And very recently in 2023, India concluded G20 summit. During that, one of the panel extensively talks about the tourism. And this year's achievement happens to be we created a SDG dashboard along with the UNWTO, wherein 5 parameters are discussed, including green tourism, digitization of the tourism, and increasing the skill sets of the people, and how to manage the destinations eco-friendly, and creating some kind of climate finance, even for SMEs in tourism segment. So apart from that, the targets for the India are still ahead, and we are striving hard to get those things, which are very challenging and appealing also. Example, making the Indian rate go net zero by 2030 is such a huge agenda. So along with these kind of initiatives, wherein the green tourism is being promoted and SMEs are encouraged, and a lot of technology which can enhance the tourism industry to go green, are some of the positive indicators that India is standing up to Paris 1.5 agreement standards. Thank you. Thank you very much.